Yo, it's Lamont. Thanks for tuning in my reality here. I'm just getting off work. My mind's been chirping all day, bro. You know, it's like all the shitty things that went on in my past, you know? If you're just watching this, and obviously many of you don't know me, it's just, you know, the past like 4 years of my life have basically just been a nightmare. Basically. Half self-induced, all self-induced nightmare. Honestly. But, yeah, there's just so many things that happen that, like, you know, I just fundamentally, like, don't agree with. Like, I've done some pretty shitty things, you know. Yeah, I've just done some pretty shitty things that I very, very much so regret. But, and, you know, some of those things I was just involved with, but it wasn't necessarily my actions directly, but I was in the situation, so I was just as responsible. And there's just so many things like that that have happened that I'm literally just like so paranoid that I'm gonna be chilling one day and some dude in a blue vest, woman, some they in a blue vest is gonna come knocking on my door, and everything that I've worked so hard to gain is just gonna be stripped away from me. And I kind of just have like this mental picture of me kicking and fighting and screaming and just being a little tiny bitch boy. Just like, no, you don't understand. Like, you don't understand how much better I'm doing. You don't understand. It wasn't me, dude. Like, I didn't do it. Like, just that type of vibe, you know, as they're dragging me out my door to lock me under the jail for the rest of my life. This is basically kind of the thoughts I've been having all day. Just ruminating over the shitty things I've done and the possible consequences that have yet to come. But honestly, most of this fear, I think, is just stemming from the fact that, you know, things for the first time in like 4 years of my life are actually good. Like, there's no drama, there's no chaos, there's no evil doings. It's just good intentions and positivity. And so, like, man, I think all this fear is just stemming from I'm so terrified that something is going to happen that's going to take all of this away. And I don't think I'm unique in feeling this way at all. I think most people who probably just have like a new child or something, they probably have the fear, that same exact fear that, you know, everything's fantastic, this beautiful little baby girl or boy or they, and something is just going to happen out of your control that's just going to take it away. So I think, you know, I'm not unique in any way. It's just, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's just, I'm definitely feeling that fear. I'm like clutching my pearls right now, not my actual monetary pearls, but just like, if my life were a pearl, I would be clutching onto that shit, not letting anything take it away. So yeah, that's been tough, because I don't think I've really found a good way to kind of mitigate those feelings. Like, right now my form of mitigation is like, what are the statute of limitations for a felony in Nevada? And like looking that up on the internet. And that's my way of kind of bringing peace to my situation, which isn't great, because, you know, that doesn't even bring peace. It's just all a made-up story in my head that I'm telling myself, because I'm so scared that it's going to be taken away. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to figure out how to, like, just live in the perfection and amazingness that is life right now, you know? Like, I'm it's almost it's nothing's impossible, but it's almost goddamn impossible for me to just exist in a state that's not worrying about my future or anxious or something. It's usually just anxious and scared. I'm not scared. It's like I'm not scared that I'm gonna fuck it up necessarily, because I'm pretty confident in myself as of late, as I think I should be, as everyone should be. But you know, I definitely deserve to give myself, to feel confident in myself, because of the way I've been able to kind of turn things around and kind of get a trajectory on a good path, you know? But I think I'm scared that it's like, inevitably, honestly, something out of my control is going to happen that's going to fuck up everything I've worked so hard to kind of like put on track. Whether that's 60 years from now or 20 years from now, 5 days from now, a month from now, something inevitably is going to happen that's going to fuck everything up and take everything away from me. Which I'm terrified of. But I shouldn't be, because just being alive, the only guarantee is that you're going to die. And so everything that you know and love currently will be taken away from you in the end. So like, well, in one way you'll be taken away. You won't be having this current experience. You know, in the end you'll suddenly probably just be a part of everything else. But you won't be having this experience, and you won't be having all these feelings, and all this happiness and joy and pain and love will all be taken away in the end. So it's like a fleeting goal, or it's a silly thing to be scared of loss, because it's going to happen, you know? So like, I just literally need to tell my brain, and as much as I try, just shut the fuck up, dude. Like, shut the fuck up. Are you in handcuffs right now? Are you freaking a slave? Are you any of those things? Do you not have complete, total, utter freedom? Are you not a free spiritual being? Like, yeah, I have all those things, so what am I scared about? Like, literally, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get. It's just like, dude, if everything is perfect right now, just live in it, bro. Just stop being scared of the possibility that everything's going to be taken away, because, you know, who fucking knows, man? Like, I could literally be driving right now and this dump truck will just swerve right into me like this car almost did, and I could just freaking break a leg and never be able to walk again, like, you know? So it's just like, man, I gotta stop telling myself these horror stories, because what I'll notice is, like, anything I'm ever scared about, like, the reality of that thing coming true is nowhere near as bad as the torment that I put myself through, just like worrying that that's a possibility that can happen, you know? Like, I literally put myself through worse torment than the thing I'm scared of would if it actually happened. Ugh, it's so crazy. So it's like, knows? Like, obviously, everyone's gonna feel like this occasionally. And there's no way to totally take these feelings away. I guess it's more of just a coping thing. But, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. It's interesting. There's nothing to be scared of. Because your fate's pretty much already determined, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, it's weird. I guess, another perspective I guess I could take on it that might relieve some of the stress is, like, I shouldn't be scared of things getting taken away from me. I should just realize that nothing's permanent, and whatever change is going to come in place of the thing that I held so dearly to my heart could be for the better, or it could be, just a totally, not better or worse, just a totally different reality than I could have ever imagined, So, yeah, my mind was all over the place today, bro. I was literally like, man, how do I deal with all the shitty things I've done? And I don't think there's too much of an answer than to just, like, accept reality and life as it is. So who knows? I'm just gonna keep on living, y'all. I'm gonna try to be less scared. I'm gonna try to just live to the fullest. And I also just have to say, like, I don't believe I should be, like, locked in jail for anything. That's just, like, one of my fears. Like, man, I feel so guilty and ashamed of a lot of things I did. Like, I almost feel like I deserve that punishment, So, like, I think that's why that fear specifically manifests in my mind so much. Is one, I'm just terrified of anything that'll take my freedom away, because it's the most, like, amazing thing you could have. But also, it's just like, the prison system terrifies me, and I think deep down, a part of me believes that I belong in there, which I don't think is true. I don't think I do at all. I think I'm generally a good person. But, yeah, that's the type of shit Lamont won't be thinking about while he's at work. Some existential crisis type shit, if I'm even using that word right, because I don't think I even know what that word means. Honestly. Existential. That means something that I'm going to exit, and it is stential. I have no idea what that word means. So, some kind of crisis. But that's all. Peace. Stop worrying, y'all, because there ain't no need.